Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another quick video. All right, y'all. So December 12th, former Tough House roommates and strawweight contenders Tecia the Tiny Tornado and Angela Overkill Hill will be running it back in a rematch on the UFC 256 card, which is the Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson card. And I don't know if it's been officially announced yet, but Tecia, she posted it on her IG that they'd be running it back again. And yeah, she just put it out there, and a few people commented already, that they were saying, why are they fighting again? But, Tecia just said, hey, she needed somebody to fight. And, this was the fight that she could get, so they're running it back. But if you don't know, Tecia and Angela, they first fought about 5 years ago, June 13th, 2015 to be exact, with Tecia winning a unanimous decision over Angela Hill. This was when both fighters were fresh out of the Tough House, and they both had lost to Carla Esparza in the Tough House. And since then, they both had different career paths. They never crossed earlier. I'd say to me, well, first off, I'll say that Angela Hill, she's had the more like the interesting career, I think, because, she's spent another year in the UFC. I think it was maybe a year or two in the UFC after losing to Tecia Torres. Then she went to Invicta, became the Invicta strawweight champion, and then came back to the UFC, where Tecia Torres, she's been in there with some elite names. She's been in there again with Rose Namajunas for a rematch. She fought Michelle Waterson, Jessica Andrade, a few other names, and Joanna. And out of those names I mentioned, she was only able to beat Michelle Waterson. So recently, she just killed a 5-fight losing streak with a win over Brianna Van Buren. So that lets you know that she's kind of been, a little bit on the downside, in my opinion, with 5 fights in a row that she lost. Of course, you have to look at the caliber of fighter she's been fighting compared to Angela Hill. But Angela Hill, she's on a 2-fight losing streak right now, which a lot of people like myself, we feel like, Angela Hill, she actually won her last 2 fights against Michelle Waterson and Claudia Gadelha. Those were 2 controversial decisions that didn't go her way. And honestly, they got Angela Hill 2-2 this year, because she's been active. I got to give her a lot of credit, with this whole pandemic going down. She's been staying active. She's been answering that call, taking on all the fights, so she's been staying busy, so Hill, she's 2-2 this year, but honestly, in my opinion, she should be 4-0. She should really be 4-0. And I think that Angela Hill, her career is actually taking more light than Tecia Torres. Even though Tecia Torres is ranked number 11 and Angela is number 13, to me, I think that that's really bad ranking with the UFC strawweights in some ways. Some ways it's right, but some ways it's not. I think that a fighter on a 5-fight losing streak should have been below Angela Hill at some point, and I think Hill has improved a lot more, has some solid wins, but I guess in order to keep her where she is, they gotta put her on the wrong end of decisions, So really, man, my thoughts on this fight, this isn't a fight that I want to see. I know that both fighters want to stay active, and Tecia, like I said, she stated this on her Instagram that some other fighters were out. There were some other fighters that were injured, so this was the fight that was handed to her, so she's taking it. But I mean, personally for me, I'd rather see Angela Hill in a rematch with Carla Esparza. Now, that's the rematch I've been talking about in other videos, because I feel like they haven't had a legit fight. They fought in the Tough House whenever Angela Hill was like 1-0, which I don't think was fair, like I always say. But since then, I think that Angela Hill, she's built enough skill to actually take on former Invicta champion, former UFC champion, and Carla Esparza. So make that fight happen. That's the rematch that I want to see, which would actually be a legit fight. It wouldn't, the first fight was more of an exhibition. So if they do it again, man, that'd be a real fight. And then the other fight that I wanted was Tecia Torres versus Amanda Ribas. To me, that would have been a good fight. And then maybe you could have the winners of those 2 fights fight, and then maybe finally get a title shot, or maybe fight a top 10 fighter, whatever. But I think that Amanda Ribas and Tecia Torres would have been a good fight. I've already put that on my Instagram. So that would have been a good matchup. And like I said, Carla Esparza versus Angela Hill, because, again, those are some looks that we needed to see. But anyways, let me know what y'all think in the comment section about my matchmaking right there, because I think that's a better matchup. But either way, man, I'm curious to see how much has changed with Tecia Torres and, Angela Hill since their last face-off. I'm kind of curious to see how they would approach each other in this fight. If Tecia Torres has improved. I know she showed some improvement in the Brianna Van Buren fight, but that's a different caliber of fight than Angela Hill, honestly. You know, I think she did show some nice improvement on her offense. She seemed a little bit more aggressive. Angela Hill, you know, she's been working on her takedown defense and her ground game. You know, her hands are always good. Her Muay Thai style is always on point. You know, I think she just needs to really start to sit down on her shots and really work on trying to finish fighters. Because for somebody like Angela Hill, she's always going to be on the wrong end of decisions. You know, let's be honest. You know, and moving forward for Tecia Torres, she also has to kind of sit down on her shots and be a little bit more aggressive. You know, she can't always fight on the back foot and be that tiny tornado. You know, I think a lot of fighters are kind of figuring that style out. But like I said, she has improved on that, been a little bit more aggressive. And I think Angela Hill, you know, she just needs to sit down on her shots and try to stop fighters now, because the judges are never on her side. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this, guys. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think of this fight, this rematch. Do you want to see Torres and Hill do it again? Or would you rather see Torres and Ribas and Angela Hill and Carla Esparza do it? No, I know what y'all want. Y'all want Carla Esparza and Amanda Ribas. Yeah, that's another fight. You know, that's the other fight that I want to see too. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think of this rematch. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.